Hey again, everybody. Welcome back to another Digital Making at Home video. I'm Mark, and this is my partner in crime, Xavier. Say hi, Zay.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. And today we're doing part of the Make Some Noise theme at Digital Making at Home, and so we're going to show you how to make a rock band program. So, do you want to explain to everybody what a rock band program is, man?
Yeah, so basically we're gonna choose backdrops where we're gonna choose our rock band, and the rock band is gonna be you can choose different musical instruments.
Yeah.
And you could choose people who make sounds. Like on my one, I chose a big Yeti. He said yeah.
Yeah, we'll put him in again today, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So like Xavier says, we're going to choose some different sprites, and when we click on those sprites, each one of the sprites will make a different sound, and it will animate a little bit and change its costume so that we know that that's the one making the sound. It's a fairly basic project. You can see that the instructions are on the project site. If you have a look for Rock Band in the beginners level Scratch projects, you'll find it there. And we're going to start with a Scratch project that is blank today. So you don't need to go to the instructions if you don't want to. You can just open a brand new blank Scratch project now. Feel free to pause the video at any time and have a look at the screenshots that we're doing. But we've got our blank project. So I'll switch across to our blank project now so you can see it. Okay, and we'll just move ourselves out of the way a bit. There we go. Cool, so everyone can see what we're up to. So, Zay, would you like to carry on? You want to drive from now?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, go for it, buddy. You take over. So what's the first thing we always do when we start a fresh project?
Instruction. We change
The cat, don't we?
Bin.
We get rid of the smug cat, yeah. So we click the little bin icon and the cat goes away. And now we have a completely fresh project. It's nice and empty for us to start on. So the first thing we want to do is put a nice backdrop in, don't we, Xavier? So head down to the corner and insert a backdrop that you might like. Now if you just click on the little choose a backdrop one at the bottom, it'll give us a whole list of them. So do that now.
Next to the cat.
That's it, right next to the cat. And then we want to pick a backdrop that we think is cool. So you can do any backdrop you like in the list. Xavier's going to pick one now for us. What do you reckon you might do today, man?
Here, because there's lights.
Yeah? Go for it. All right, so we got this one here, and this is like a basketball court in the night time, and that's cool. I mean, it's a nice one. It's got sort of like a toned out background so we can see our characters really well. Which brings us to the next point. So what's the next thing we need to put in our project? We've got a really cool backdrop for it. What's the next thing we want?
You want to go back to the chat?
Well, no, we don't need the instructions because we're not using them today. We're going to start our thing from scratch. So what do we want to put into our project now?
Event?
No, so we need to have a little sprites in here, don't we, first? If we can't put events on things unless we're putting them on the backdrop, then we want to add some new sprites.
Choose a sprite.
Choose a sprite, fantastic.
The cat.
So yeah, we had the smug cat, but we got rid of him. So what are we going to choose to be some of our instruments today? We're going to import all of our, put Frank in, he's pretty cool. And you can see as Xavier hovers over the character in the list, so import a new one, buddy, and we'll show the people. Yep. So if you hover over the characters in the list here, the different sprites, you'll see that they change, and it shows you all the different costumes they already have on them, which is very handy for what we want to do. We'd like to animate them using the costumes that exist.
That will show you when you press on them. So when you're going to do sounds, when you press on them, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do their dance moves.
They sure are. So let's pick, should we say 4 things for our rock band today?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've already got Frank. What else are we going to put in there? Should we put in a musical instrument?
Yeah.
Yeah, click on the music category, and you can see here, everybody, there's a bunch of instruments. So just show the people the different costumes they have as you hover over them.
So that one doesn't really have anything.
No, but we can make our own for that one, can't we, if we want? So put the speaker in, because that's a great one for our band. I really like that one.
The speaker.
Yeah, and we can make some cool costumes for ourselves.
Yeah, I done that one when I was... Oh,
you did?
Make Frank a bit smaller.
Yeah, okay, he's a little bit big right now.
Size?
Don't know, what do you reckon?
70.
70, go for it. Yeah, so space them out so that they're not on top of one another. That's it. And let's put 2 more in. So pick 2 more sprites that you like for our rock band. We've got Frank. We've got a big boombox speaker. What else do we want?
I'm gonna have a fantasy one.
Yeah, you like the fantasy characters most, don't you, really?
Yeah.
What should you put in, do you reckon? Yeah, Giga. That's cool, so you can move her somewhere else. And then 1 more character, I think. Should we put in a musical instrument this time?
That's what.
Just for a bit of variety. What should we put in?
I'm gonna have
the keyboard. Cool. So let's spread them all out so that they're in different places on our screen. They're easy to get to. Brilliant. Okay. So you do the same at home. You put your characters in. You can put as many characters in as you want. We're doing 4 because that's like a nice even number for us.
Yeah,
it's like a low number.
So it won't get all close up together.
Yeah, it won't
You
get all
can't see.
squashed in, right? Difficult to work with. So you can have as many as you like at home. Again, this is your project, so you can do what you want. So who would you like to animate and make sounds first?
The speaker.
The speaker. Okay, so make sure you have that sprite selected in the sprites tray. That's right. And then what's the first thing we need to put in whenever we start a new bit of code?
Events.
Yeah, we need an event to start it off, don't we? So what's our event going to be for this sprite?
When this sprite clicks.
Fantastic. So when this sprite is clicked, we drag it across and drop it in our workspace. And so that means when we click on our speaker, it's going to follow along and do the things we want it to do, right? And so this is our rock band. So when we click on our sprite, what do we want it to do?
When you click on the sprite, you want it to make the sound.
Make a sound. So let's go into our sounds list. And lots of the sprites that we've brought in will probably have sounds already imported on them. So that's pretty cool. And so say if you want to grab the start sound block. Start sound, yep. It's the second one in. That's it. Why don't we use play sound until done?
And then it does the sound. It does it when it's done.
Yeah.
All the moves.
Yeah. So it plays the sound and then it does the animation, doesn't it? We want it to start the sound.
Yeah.
There we go. And do the animation at the same time.
Yeah, and
so,
if you press down here, it gives you a list.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can press on all the sounds.
Okay, well, we can do that for Frank or we can do that for Giga, can't we? Right now, do you want to add a different sound for the drum or are you happy with the ones that are in there?
A different one.
You want a different one? Okay, cool. Go for it.
Loops makes like rock sounds and things.
Yeah, loops are good for music, aren't they? So you can see that Xavier's hovering over the little purple play button and it plays the sound for you as a demo so you know which one it is. And when you've got one that you like, so which one do you want, Zay?
Yeah,
that one. So you just double click it 2 times and there it is. And so Xavier often likes to play with the speed of the sounds as well. You have to make them a little bit quicker. You can also make them a bit slower. Can't you slow it down for everybody and show them what it does? Alright, so we can mess with the tempo of it if you want to as well. So set it as fast as you would like.
Yeah.
Like that? Okay, so let's go back to our code now.
At the top.
And do you remember the name of the one we had? It was Dance Celebrate. There we go. So you can see it's the one that's now currently selected in our sound block, but we can just pull our down menu inside our code and change that to Dance Celebrate down the bottom of the list because it's the newest one.
And
Okay.
then when you press on it, it just makes a sound for you.
Sweet. So what's the next part we need to do to it?
I think you need with a forever block.
Yeah, well, so we want, what's the next thing we want it to do though? So it plays the sound now. We
I
want
want
it
it
to
to change color.
Cool. So we want it to animate. So we want to change the costumes, don't we? So go across to your costumes tab, bud. That's it.
And you press on the paint.
You can do, but we want to make a new costume first, don't we? Because at the moment you're going to change the first costume. So do you remember how we put a new costume on? You right click on the costume that exists in the block up in the left there. That's it. Right click it with the other button and then duplicate. And then we've got 2. So now we're going to edit speaker 2, which is our second costume, and we're going to have a flick between those costumes so it looks different. So you show everybody, Xavier, how do you change the colours?
You go into the
Paint bucket, yep.
paint bucket, and then press this. This is to make it like darker, lighter.
Yep.
And this is to make it like yeah.
So the bottom one is actually the darker, lighter. The middle one is how much of that colour is in it. That's the saturation. That's the technical term. So that's all the way purple now.
Light.
It does, doesn't it? It sort of fades out the amount of purple towards white, right? Whereas brightness makes it go towards black. So pick a colour you like.
You
Cool.
can put it anywhere.
And it shows you, doesn't it, before you put it on where it's going to go. So we pick another colour. Oh yeah, that's a nice deep royal purple.
Yeah, put it there.
Right there, yeah.
I'm gonna do a nice green colour.
Yeah.
And make it a bit dark.
Cool. Any more colours you want to change? You want to change the top of the box and the side
On
of the
the
box?
side
a
of
bit?
the box.
Yeah.
Because that one is just a bit grey, boring colour, I would say. Because I don't really...
Yeah, it's a bit of boring colour. I'm with you on that, actually. Sort of like a sagey green colour. It's not very nice.
That's nice.
That's much better. And the top of the box, you want to change that too, or are you happy leaving that how it is?
I don't want that blue colour on the front,
No? Okay, switch it.
actually. Make it like a bit darker.
Yeah.
Like... Put it in the middle.
Cool.
On the side. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's good.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see in our workspace as well, show everybody where it is in our workspace, that it's changed colour on there. And if you click the costume in the costumes tab, the top one, so just click the costume box, number 1, and you'll see the costume changes in the workspace as well. So let's leave it on the original costume, right? Because then when we run our code, it would be nice and like it would change from the normal to the very colourful one, won't it? So go back to code, yeah? And then we need to have, it's a control block, but it's not forever. We don't want it to do this thing forever.
Oh, I know. Repeat?
Yeah, we want a repeat block. We want it to do something. So we want it to...
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, go on.
You press on it, so then because it said 10 seconds, you can do it higher and then it'll change the colour while it's going on.
Cool. So that's not 10 seconds, that's 10 times. But remember, we haven't put anything in our repeat loop yet. We haven't told it to do anything. So what's the thing we want it to do when it's repeating?
Change the colour.
Change the costume. So if we go into looks, so in the purple looks menu, and you see it says next costume about halfway down. That's it. Drag that one into our repeat loop. Cool. And then if you go to Control, Xavier, and grab a weight block and put that at the bottom. And we're going to change the number in the weight block to be smaller, aren't we? So that's it, yeah, drop it in there, man. So in that number where it says number 1, yeah, why don't you change that to be like a decimal number? We've only just started doing decimals in maths, haven't we, at home?
I think it's...
So 0 point something.
0.
There we go.
Point
Much better.
2.
Cool. And so now when we click on it...
And that's just the right... Oh,
okay, so yeah, we want to do it more times, don't we? So 10 times, it went about a third as long as we want. You want to try for 20 and see how it goes? Go for it, man. I mean, we can always change that number again if it's not right, can't we?
$28.
28? Okay. Maybe a couple more, eh?
Maybe 30.
Maybe 30? I'd make it an odd number. Why do you think it needs to be an odd number? Have a look at what colour it is now. We want it to change one more time and then it will go back to being normal looking. So if we make it an odd number, so I'd go something over 30, I reckon. 30 something, an odd number.
Yeah, 35.
35. Click on it and let's see. I think you got it just right now. I reckon that's about it.
I was going to say 33 as well.
Oh,
Just.
spot on. Bam. Wicked. So, we've got all of our sprites down the bottom there, don't we? Now, do you remember how we cheated last time?
Oh, yeah. You duplicate it, and then you...
Oh, hang on a sec, yeah. So...
You get this one, and hover over which one you want.
And you see them wiggle, don't you, when you hover over it and let go?
Then let go.
Cool, and do it again for the other ones. There we go. Frank's got it. Now just the keyboard is left. Give it to the keyboard. Oh, I think you missed. So wait until the keyboard wiggles. There we go. Let go. Excellent. So now you can get rid of that spare one. You can throw it away. So now, when you show everybody our other sprites, it's got all the same code on.
Frank.
What do we always say? Work smarter, not harder, right? Always. So, Frank now, he's going to play the same Dance Celebrate sound, isn't he? Because that's what we've got chosen in our sound list.
Look, so you can do... That one has it.
Yeah, they all got the same sound, don't they? Because that's the code we dragged. So, what sound are we going to get Giga to play when we click on Giga? So, pull the down menu, see what we've got available. Oh, it's only got that pop noise. Pop is too short. We want to add a sound to her.
See, she doesn't even say anything.
Ah, why is that?
I think it's because... I don't know.
Good on you for admitting when you don't know, man. That's great. So under Start Sound, we've got Dance Celebrate chosen, but if you click on the Sounds tab, you'll see there isn't a sound in that list called Dance Celebrate. So click on your Sounds tab up the top there. That's it. And there's no sound there called Dance Celebrate, is there? That's why she can't make any noise. So we need to add a sound down the bottom. And you can add whatever sound you want, buddy. Right? Do you want to have Giga play some music, or would you like her to have like a voice, like when she says something? Or is she going to play music?
Play music.
Okay, cool. Yeah, cool. Okay, a bit faster. Yeah? Sweet. Okay, so let's go back to our code and make sure she's got the right sound chosen. So we want it to be
Go down.
drum. Awesome. And now when you
Now-
click on Giga. All right, what do we need to change?
She just
Oh, she goes for ages. So what do we want to change? We want to change our repeat number, don't we? We want a slightly smaller number.
pretty much.
Try it. Even less times, but not too many less.
19.
19, go for it. So with Giga, we don't need it to be an odd number because I think she's got more than 2 costumes, but let's have a look. So click her again. I think that's about the right amount of times. Oh, maybe like 1 or 2 less. What do you reckon? What's 19 take away 2?
And 19 take away 2 equals 17.
Yeah. Let's check it.
Just like the right timing again.
Right on, man. Okay, so now we've got our keyboard and we've got our Frank
Speaker.
speaker. Okay.
That one's staying longer.
Oh, that's okay. That's just because the amount of sound that we have for it is a different length of sound. But that's okay. We need to change the code for our keyboard and for Frank to make sure they're okay too, because they've still got Dance Celebrate as their sound, so it won't work. So if you have a look and pull down that menu, I think the keyboard might have some sounds already. Oh, we looked at these yesterday, didn't we? What are these noises? Do you remember?
Like electric guitar.
No, this is electric piano. So if you pick one, it just make a bong sound. It'll make a single note. So you can see the note name is there. So that's an A on an electric piano. Right. So we kind of want to have it play music, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's add another sound. So go up to our sounds tab at the top there. This way. And we want to add a new sound. So down the bottom again to our little speaker picture. And we add a new sound.
No.
So you just want a single note?
No.
Go on, yeah. Go for it. So look, there's one here called electric piano.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that one? All right, man. That's cool. So there we go. So we've got our sound now.
That's just right. And just right.
Okay, cool. So let's go back to our code. So when you click on the keyboard, let's make sure it's changing its costume the right number of times.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Well done. Good job, man. I was wondering if you're going to notice. That's it. Hit pop. Cool. So just check the keyboard for me. Let's make sure it's switching costume the number of times we want. So click it.
We haven't changed the costume.
Let's see. Well, it's got a few too many. So should we change the number of repeats on our keyboard? Remember to have the keyboard selected in your sprites list. That's it. So let's change the number of repeats down a little bit. We want to keep it an odd number, remember, because this one's only got 2 costumes. So make sure it changes back to its original costume again
Oh,
at
wait,
the end. 20 something. Yeah, cool. Let's give that a go. Cool.
Is it?
A little bit too long still. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think 19.
19, yeah? I would have said 19 too. That would have been my guess. Go for it.
Just.
Do you want to go for 17 maybe? That's it. Let's test it. Spot on. Pretty good.
Mostly all of them.
Yeah, and so now who's left?
Just Frank.
Just Frank. And so what sound does Frank make by default? What's his pull down sound? He's got Dance Celebrate, but what's the one that he comes with? Because you left it on that the other day. Oh, he's got a wolf howl, doesn't he? So
Yeah,
should we change that? Or do you want to test it and see what it does? All right.
Don't think it'll be really good for.
Probably not. Should we add a new sound to him? Sounds tab. A new sound down the bottom. Let's add a new sound. Do you want to have a voice one for him? Do you want Frank to say something?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's choose voice from the list at the top there. And what do we want him to say?
I already have.
I think Yar's pretty good now. Yar worked really well last time. Okay, so let's have a look at his code. He's going to change.
Oh yeah, because I still didn't.
We didn't switch it yet.
You always
Okay,
do that.
so pull the wolf howl down.
And then you'll see it's at the
Switch.
bottom.
That's it, Yar. I mean, we could record a thing for Frank to say if you want. You could record your own voice. Or another day.
He keeps doing it. He doesn't say it, so.
He does, so we only want him to change his a very few number of times, don't we? So let's have a look at Frank's costumes. How many costumes has Frank got? Click on Frank in your sprite list. That's it. Let's have a look at our costumes.
Costume.
How many has he got? He's got 4. So why don't we change his number to 5 changes, because he's only got a very short sound. So go to code, and in your repeat number, choose 5. Choose 5 from there. That's it. 5. Cool. So let's click him. Oh, let's make him faster. Let's go to our wait and change that to 0.1 seconds down the bottom of your code. So instead of 0.2, let's change it to 0.1. Oh, that's okay. Hold control and push Z.
Hold control.
Yep, down the bottom left there. CTRL. That's it. Hold that down and push Z. Off and it comes back. All right, that's undo. Very useful key combination, that one. So 0.1. Remember, you don't have to click backspace. You can just type over the top. So push 0.1.
0.1.
And click on Frank and let's see if he does what we want him to do. Cool. Do it again. All right, let's have a look. How many we got? How many costumes does Frank have? We want him to change costume. 4 times. I got that number wrong. So let's go back to our code and change his number 4 times.
4.
Yeah, 4. And then he'll come back around to his original standing still looking costume. Cool. So let's click him again.
Yeah. Let's try that
Perfect.
all together.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Works, yeah. That's pretty cool, man. I mean, we could do a thing
I
where...
don't want that sound to be drum.
No? For Giga, you don't want her to have that drum sound anymore? No? What do you want to change it to?
Oh, yeah, just once.
Do you want her to have a voice sound as well?
Yeah.
Yeah? She could be our singer, maybe?
I'll go this one.
Yeah? And you like how fast it is?
Oh, yeah, I didn't change it.
We didn't change it.
Oh,
That's
I did.
okay. We can change it now. Are you happy with how fast she sings? Yeah? So pull it down.
Now I'll do it a little bit slower.
Okay, choose Singer 2. And then we go back to our Sounds tab at the top there. And you can slow it down or speed it up. So choose Singer 2 as the sound you want to edit on the left in the menu. So there's 3 on the left there, the 3 little speaker pictures. You want the one that says Singer 2 because that's the one we want to play with. No, it didn't quite select it, bud. You tried to drag it. There we go. So now if you add faster and slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so back to our code tab at the top. And make sure we've got Singer 2 picked, and then click on her again and make sure she goes the number of times we want. Alright, so we want to drop her one down just
13.
a little bit. You reckon 13? Yeah, go for it.
Or 15.
Well, it's up to you. We can change it if it's not right.
Where is that?
You come across. There we go. Keep going a bit. That way a bit more. There we go. Your mouse should be back on your screen now. There it is. What do you reckon? Is it right or maybe a little bit less?
Think a tiny.
Try 12. See what we get when we try 12.
Yeah.
Nice. So, are you happy with it now? So if you make it full screen, click the little X above the picture. And when you go full screen, it means that if you accidentally try and drag, you shouldn't move any of the sprites. So you better click real easy.
I like it.
Nice. Good work, buddy. That's a great rock band. And so we could do another thing. Do you want to add a little bit of extra special thing to it?
Yeah.
Or should I do that in one of the bonus features videos? We can do it so that when you click something in the background or when you push the space bar, they all just go for it. Well, we've got to add the code yet, man. You can't just push the space bar without the code. Did you want to try that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's put the code, because I like to put our control code on a backdrop. So click on a backdrop over here. That's it. So go to events, and we're going to have a when key pressed. All right, so we'll use the space bar, yeah? So when space key pressed. That's it. Drag it across and pop it in your workspace. Fantastic. Now, we want it to broadcast something for us. Right, so go down to the one in that yellow menu there where it says broadcast message 1.
What?
Down a bit, next one down. That's it, broadcast message 1. Clip it onto there. So now when we push space, click in message 1 and say new message. New message. So what would you say to everybody if you wanted them all to go at once? If you were conductor of the rock band, what would you say to everybody to make them all do their noise?
Now?
Now. So that can be a message. So type now. Cool, and say OK. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to Frank and speaker and Giga and keyboard. Okay, so over here I want you to choose when I receive now.
When? What?
Next one down, that's it. Drag it in. Cool. And now I want you to right click on the pink YAR block, so start sound YAR in your code.
Yeah.
So in your code, that's it. Up a bit on the pink one, right click it. Duplicate. And clip it to the other one. Just put it across onto the bottom there. Fantastic. Now do exactly that to all your other characters. Go to speaker, pull in when I receive now, and duplicate that pink block again. That's it, and clip it on. And same thing for Giga. Alright, so when I receive now,
And then press
duplicate.
duplicate.
Yeah, clip it on. And now go to Frank, or the keyboard is the last one, sorry, we've done Frank. When I receive now, and then duplicate your code. Awesome. Clip it across. Fantastic. So now, we wait for the keyboard to finish doing its thing. So when you push the space bar, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice, man, that's awesome work. So is there anything that you'd like to tell everybody at home, like when they're watching the videos, anything you want to tell them to remember when you're making this code, or anything you thought was a bit tricky or got you confused?
Yeah. And before you keep pressing it, you just go back to code and change the sound.
Make sure you got the right sound selected, right? That's the one thing. That's good, man. Good tip for everybody there. So,
and if you want to do anything else, to see it all, you press the big one and then press spacebar. You can. Well, if you do that special code.
That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, that's true. That's really cool. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you on our next Digital Making at Home video. Remember to share your work at rpf.io/home. We love to see all the cool things you make, especially some awesome rock bands. If you send them along, I'll get Xavier to have a look at them, and you can critique them and tell you what he reckons, if you think they're cool or not. And we'll be doing some more videos coming up soon. So stay tuned to our Twitter and things. We'll tell you when our new live events will be coming online, where you can tune in at a certain time in the week, and we'll be doing a live coding event for you to follow along with, ask questions in the stream and that sort of thing. So.
And I think they'll probably be all good since you've seen ours, and I think yours might be better than mine.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It's very magnanimous of you, dude.
Probably.
Yeah, you're always pretty magnanimous. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you on our next video. Remember, share your stuff at rpf.io/home. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.